All right. Flying squirrel. Here's my suggestion. You can do it in a pot. I do it in the crock pot because it's easy. Just get a bag of like frozen Italian meatballs, preferably the ones with pork and beef. They're just better if you're not opposed to the pork. Put them in the crock pot with a can of beer and a thing of I like a sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, or you can just run with a bullseye. Shoot it in there with a can of beer. Put it in the crock pot because the meatballs already cooked. So once they get good and hot, good to go. It is so stinking easy and so tasty. I mean, like really easy for the holiday season and really good. You can even play with it if you want and try like maybe a teriyaki barbecue sauce or spicy honey, whatever you want. Usually I make them with just good old fashioned like a bullseye and a can of beer. It's great. Easy. The alcohol cooks out. So it's not like you're getting anybody drunk, but it helps break down and soften the meat. It's just awesome. Alexander, I see you in there. Wait, meatballs, grape and jelly, chili sauce, grape jelly and chili sauce. Some fun ones in here. Flying squirrel meatballs will be in the crock pot. Peppercini peppers and au jus mix and ranch. Ooh, don't want the ranch. Not a fan of ranch flavor, but the au jus and the peppers, now you sounding good. Hello, Tammy, understanding self. I know I need to get to it. I guess it's time to do the normal, the pitter patter thing and get at her. If you're like me and you're getting to that age where your body just feels sluggish and off all the time, then listen up because recently it wasn't feeling great. Decided to call my friend Dr. Josh for some help. Said I was showing all the signs of a clogged liver, all those telltale signs. Probably already heard about how important your liver is for detoxification, digestion, energy levels. But here's the thing, most people have no idea how clogged and overburdened their liver actually is. Eating processed food, drinks, and even stress, these things can take a toll, leaving your liver clogged. And it's important not to let this go unchecked because your liver is arguably the most important organ in your body, but being responsible for the proper function of nearly every system in your body, from digestion, metabolism to detoxification. Essentially, a healthy liver equals a healthy you. So, Dr. Josh, practicing physician, doctor with over 25 years of medical experience and expertise, has formulated a special supplement called Ultra Liver. Acts as a deep cleanse for your entire body. They've sold a bunch, continue well over 500,000 bottles. I started taking it. I have definitely noticed an improvement from skin to bloating to you name it, fatigue. It's definitely helped of late. You'd be surprised at how much better you will feel in a short amount of time. Clear thinking, you name it. If you're interested to take advantage of his 25 plus years of experience, you can go to tryultraliver.com/MarkZ to get your hands on it today. There is a 50% sale that is still ongoing to take advantage of at tryultraliver.com/MarkZ. Do yourself a favor, give it a shot. I do have one cautionary tale from some folks. The ordering can be a little confusing, so make certain you're not getting too many bottles. I've already reached out to say, hey, it's a little confusing. See what you can do. That's one thing that drives me nuts with vendors or advertisers is making certain they get customer service right. It may take them a while, but we push till they get it right, or we quit advertising for them. But it is lots of great stories and my own success with it. Lucas,
Hey, Mark. Good morning,
now
sir.
we're talking.
Speaking of you know what? You and I've done for you were talking about the liver.
Yeah, yeah.
I've always
Got
just done
anything?
well, I don't know. I mean, so we're actually working on it, and I'm going to be honest. This was actually Matt's idea. Was we're going to do a lot of turmeric and ginger and like black pepper and all this along with some of the mushroom capsules. So I'm kind of working on that right now because I was telling him like I always just take dose, which the bad part is it's crazy expensive.
Wait, take
Um,
what?
Dose, DOSE. It's actually a liquid. It's that they actually use and guys, I'm not tied to Dose in any way, shape, or form. I just started using them probably about a year and a half ago. Interesting enough, though, I've actually started their cholesterol. My cholesterol's actually came down significantly. They have two versions, one for your liver and one for the cholesterol. But it has the CoQ10 and a bunch of other stuff. But anyway,
Gonna have to
yeah,
research that one.
yeah, it's like I want to say it's about I can't remember. I can't remember the price. I shouldn't even say because I just don't remember. But I just get all these glass jars. They ship them to your house in glass jars. And I like the taste, and I mean, it tastes real good. But yeah, anyway, you were mentioning liver, and I was like, because that's what Matt was like, how can we, help out with that? I'm like, well, I take dose. And so I'm just pretty much going to replicate the amount of extract that they're putting in dose and put it into the powder form, or because all the
Hmm.
extracts are in powders. And so even for the drink, they had to take the powder and get it back into a liquid form. So I'm instead of doing that and adding water, we're just going to keep the same potency and just put the powder with the
Hmm.
mushroom extracts into a capsule.
I get a bunch of people in here harassing for a quick news update, guys.
Yeah, do it.
Zero bond news, zero bank news. The only real fun stuff, other than the Marjorie Taylor Greene, some Russian politics, and these things, I think are kind of indicative of where we're at, is going to be an article out of Iraq from a day or two ago where I noticed a piece. I don't know how I missed it, talking about it is time to end the forced stabilization of the NAR. In other words, a float. This is exactly what Kuwait did when they released theirs in their basket and the value exploded. I don't know how I missed that sentence or two, but we will talk about that one. I have no idea how I missed it. It was screaming at me, and I don't know how anybody else has missed that one. Now that I've looked at it, I'm like, oh, wow. They have just told us what they're getting ready to announce. They even told us when. Or close to when. So that part's going to be fun. That's your short one that we will be talking about after we enjoy some time with the sponsors. Remember, guys, Saturday would not happen at all if it weren't for the CBD gurus.
Hey, Mark, what one thing? What about today being November 22nd? Isn't today the day that all the banks have to switch over? Am I
It's your
mistaken on that?
yeah, it's your ISO switchover weekend. So it has great potential this weekend, but we're waiting for solid news.
Yeah. Oh, is that Maddie in the background I hear?
That is Maddie in the background.
Hey, good morning, guys. How you doing? And you know
And
what?
he
I
says
bought
after this Thanksgiving holiday, he's going to need some of your liver support.
the liver support. That sounds great. I need
No,
it.
I was telling
I need
I know Matt,
I
that's what
need
I
the
was
all
telling him
organ
is
support.
no, I was
What?
telling him that you were the one who were like, "Hey, what do we do for this what can we add for the turmeric and ginger for the and the black pepper and all that for the capsules for the mushroom?" Because I was telling him the extract powder is what I use for my liver support in the liquid that I buy. I've been buying from that company for I don't know, a year and a half. Um and so I was
Yeah.
just telling them that you're the one who kind of was like, so that's one of the projects that are coming down the road here, probably first of
Yep.
the year.
Yep. For sure. 100%. Yeah. Build the health up, especially me because I'm old. But I'm always. You know what? Lucas is the best guy to be around if you're an old guy. Mark too, because he knows all this health stuff, and Wendy too, because with all
She
them,
knows way more than me.
yeah, it's probably put at least 10 years on my life just with knowledge, all kinds of stuff. But, and unless I get hit by a car or something. But anyway, all right. Should we answer that question there?
Well,
Yeah,
Matt,
you should answer that one about how long you've been denarians, or how did you come, or
Um, what were you going to say? No, for sure. But what were you going to say, Lucas?
no, I was just gonna say, even if you get hit by a car, I'm sure we could find some supplements
That'll help.
that'll make you so big and strong that if a car hits you, we'll make you into like a Goliath.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, especially if it's just like get one of those mini cars to hit me, one of those cheapies, those electric ones you can buy for about $5,000 from
Like one of the plastic
China.
RC cars. I'll have one of my 7-year-old drive it India, see if he can knock you down.
Okay, that sounds good. But no, how did I get into the deal? I don't know. I heard about the economic changes coming up back in '95. That's all when I heard about it, and I didn't know exactly what it's about. I still don't
Now,
know
I just think
everything
it's real
about it.
interesting from your one guest where he said, well, sometime between now and 2025.
Well, yeah, that was. You mean when I drove him in the limo? Yeah, that was kind of
Yeah.
interesting. I mean, I had, and I really didn't even think about it for years after that, and then yeah, then I started thinking about what happened was I was bringing a guy to the airport in my limo from downtown Minneapolis. When actually Minneapolis used to have a lot of business people coming to town, so I could go back and forth and make a living. Me and about who knows how many people, quite a few, and he worked for some division of the federal government. I'm not sure, and he told me that there was changes coming up in the world economically. The power was shifting from west to east. Basically, that's how the conversation went. And they've been working on this for years and years. It didn't start, just now or last year or whatever, 2 years, 3, 4 years ago. They've been working on it since the 70s. And I guess I don't know, it looks like we're almost there, because things are happening economically all over the world, especially even in our backyard, how many carrier groups they got down off the coast of Venezuela? 3 of them now?
Oh, God, no. They're up to like 20 some.
Is there really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
No, every
Yeah,
time you turn around, another drug. And I get the biggest kick out of it. Well, he was just a fisher, but he was in a semi-submersible with bales, with enough engines to race cigar boats from Key West to Miami in a competition. But no, they were just out there fishing with no fishing rods.
Yeah, for sure.
Freaking morons.
But yeah, so things are happening all over the place. I mean, it can't be stopped. It's just rolling. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. I probably told Lucas about the deal. Didn't I, Lucas? Or did you know about anything about it? I don't know.
On what?
I don't know.
Currency.
The currency and that kind of thing.
No, I didn't know anything until you told me about it.
Okay.
I'm serious. I didn't know anything. I mean, I've always been crypto. I've always been really big into crypto. All when it started, this is long before I was just a young buck in manufacturing. Um, and, this old guy, PJ was his name. He was one of my tool and die makers, and he was in his late 60s and just a great guy. But he was like, oh, you need to buy some Bitcoin. I'm like, I ain't going to buy none of that nonsense. And he was like, no, I'm telling you right now, it's the future. And I was like, how many do you have? He's like, I bought 50 of them. And I'm like, you have 50 Bitcoin? And I was like, what are they worth? Like $5? He's like, no, I spent $20 a piece on them. He goes, I bought 50 of them for $1,000. And I'm like, dude, that stuff's garbage. And literally it wasn't, I was their supervisor for 5 years. And that's when Bitcoin hit $6,000. And I was like, oh my gosh, you have 300 grand. I was like, you should sell it. He was like, nah, it's going to hit 100,000. And everyone in the tool room laughed at him. They're like, there's no way, you're ridiculous. It'll never hit 100,000. It's impossible. And look at where we are now. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah,
And
it's
so
been absolutely
PJ,
brutalizing. It's still 85,000.
I know, but people, PJ's the one who got me in. They, had me buy some, and by then, when I bought it, I think I bought one for like $100, and I was like, man, I just wasted $100.
Do you still got it, Lucas?
I still have that one Bitcoin,
Oh my goodness.
and
Big shot.
yeah, big shot. Except it's on a USB flash drive that I have no idea how to get into. one that I need to actually go and I'm going to be honest. Like that's the
You're gonna be
problem.
calling Zester.
Well,
Hey,
because it was so long ago. Like everyone, like now I have like all my keys stored and all this stuff. But like I got like I'm gonna be honest, Matt. I know I have the key somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. So yes, I own a Bitcoin technically on a USB flash drive. Will I ever be able to access it? Probably not.
oh, I'm guessing he's gonna figure it out when it gets to about 1
Hey,
million.
hey, Matt, I'll sell you the USB flash drive for $5,000.
Lucas, I don't even know what it is. No, I know what those are. No, but I would no, I couldn't. I'd be the last guy on earth to be able to figure that deal out. You know,
Yeah.
unless
I know a guy that might be able to help you.
Yeah, I
he might
know.
ask for a percentage, but
no, if you had an etch a sketch for sale, I could handle that. You know, that's about the only thing I've mastered. You know, so actually, no, I do all right on the computer now. No, I don't really. I don't, but I do. I don't. No.
Ray's got you a question there, Lucas and Matt. Probably a long shot, but anything that encourages burning belly fat without THC. I get a monthly drug test from the FAA. Your weight loss support doesn't have any THC, does it?
No, it doesn't at all. No. And I don't know. What's the best way to lose fat, man? I don't know. It's just probably.
I mean, my biggest thing, Matt, and and like, hey, I gave Matt a little, kind of thing on this when we did the whole, obviously the weight loss thing when we made our bet with weight loss. And like I told Matt, the biggest thing to lose belly fat, there's not a secret thing. It is mostly don't eat sugar or carbs. Stay away from that garbage. Eat, greens, sparingly, and eat beef. Do is kind of here's the thing. If you can go outside and harvest the food, whether it be fresh fruit, don't do salad dressing because guess what? You can't go outside and get it. But you can go outside and get meat. You can go outside and get a carrot and just eat that plain. People are like, it's like, no, go eat some berries, go eat some raspberries, go eat some grapes, eat mostly meat. 80% of your diet, say lean beef. And I guarantee you, guys,
You'll lose weight.
I was at 380 pounds and now at 224. So it's like, it's not like, it's the hardest thing is your mental. And if you're like, and do exercise, work out. But here's the thing. Everyone thinks you can outwork a bad diet. It's impossible.
You can't.
Working out is the easiest part. Working out is like 10% of losing weight. It's the easy part.
Yeah,
the
it is.
hard part is what you put in your body.
Yep. And
Putting
caloric
yourself in a
restriction.
calorie deficit. Yeah. Like, I mean, and obviously this isn't for you guys, but for me, I did so when I work out super heavy or go on, 4-hour mountain biking ride or something like that, like, yes, I will be, I'm going to be eating 23 to 2,400 calories because I'm burning 3,200 calories a day. When I'm not out, then I'm only consuming probably 1,600 calories a day.
Well, wait, how many?
Like roughly yeah, boom, boom, boom. Like 1,600 calories a day, something like that. So, I mean, I try to keep myself in like a 300 to 400 calorie deficit. And what people don't realize, they're like, oh, I've done it for 2 weeks and I haven't lost anything. Well, no kidding. It takes before you actually start seeing stuff and noticing stuff, the hard part is you got to stay at it for
It's like
12 to 14 weeks minimum to actually.
It's like a rudder on a ship. You first turn the rudder on a big ship. You don't notice right away. Takes a while to right the ship.
That's probably one of the best descriptions I've heard. And you're
You know,
absolutely right. Like
Yeah, I
you
had
need
somebody tell
12
it to
to
me. I didn't
16
come up with that
weeks
one.
and you'll start, I mean, you will see crazy results, but you have to be disciplined. You cannot fail. You got it. And if you do, you just got to get back up and be like, okay, I screwed up. I had, a handful of M&Ms. I shouldn't have eaten that. Now I feel bad. All right, I got to don't. The other option people take is they just eat a handful and they're like, oh, I messed up everything. Well, guess I'm just gonna,
Doesn't
go to
matter
Taco
now. Might as
Bell.
well eat that cheesecake.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, no, no, you screw up, you get back on the horse and you keep going. But I'm telling you what, and the results are crazy. I'm just losing, I mean, Mark, I was consistently losing, 2 to 4 pounds a week. Easy.
yeah, and I
Yeah, I'm
think you
not
gotta,
surprised.
while you're doing whatever you're doing, you gotta fast now and then. And there's a certain formula you got to get past a couple days, and that's where you start burning the
You get past a
fat.
couple days in that, and it shatters, does a serious hurt on insulin resistance, which is a massive boost to the
Yeah,
body. And Dragon Poke here, avocados help with belly fat big time.
you bet it does. I love avocados.
I did
But you
not
know
as a
what?
young man, but I have grown to love them.
Some people and here's the other weird part. Everyone's stomach is different in your stomach acid concentrations, what you can actually absorb. So I actually had my doctor give me, like, I did blood work and I said, hey, I want a super aggressive diet plan. And so he did it based upon my blood work and, went that direction. Now I can eat avocados. My wife cannot. She gets super bloated and miserable
Hmm.
when she eats avocados. And now I can't eat kale. My wife can eat kale, but if I eat kale, I feel like I just ate 4,000 pounds of ice cream. I feel miserable. So our bodies do digest different foods differently, and so it is important to, kind of notice that and understand that how your body processes food and what you can and can't eat. Um, but yeah, no, it's just kind of nuts, Mark. It's a crazy journey. And once you kind of dive in to your body and trying to learn and become super intimate with it, there's I don't know if you know him, but his name is Wim Hof.
Oh, he's
Do you
got
know
some
Wim Hof?
amazing breathing exercises.
But he's also his whole psychology is like you have to be in tune and know your body on, and I mean he's on the most extreme level knowing your body. But I do think that it is important for us nowadays because I don't think we care, or we don't care as much as we should. And so anyway, I could talk about it. Matt knows I like this topic because I'm uh, super passionate about this and about becoming healthy, not for the sense of looking good, but feeling good and expanding the quality of your life,
Well,
not
come on,
just the
your cougar
length.
wants you looking sharp.
Well, I mean, I can't disagree with that.
Hey, I'll
What?
give a little tip here that I was using, you guys, and I think it helped a lot. I would get that Boston baked Boston brown bread. I still get it, but I have that with toast in the morning. Then I drink my coffee with the mushrooms, and I don't know, man. I lost a lot of weight, and I haven't really gained it back. I gained a few pounds back, but it's not too much, really. I mean, I'll be down to, I don't know, my college weight, I'd say by sometime after Christmas. That's about 2.25, I think, something like that, so that's pretty good for me. And I think it's the Boston baked bread and the coffee with the mushrooms in the morning. Yep, that's it.
All right. Kevin asking any more on creatine gummies. Lucas had mentioned them in the past. And then we got to get Matt to tell us how to get in there before we go back to answering questions.
Yep.
Yeah, creatine gummies labels are made. Labels are getting made, and that's the last bit. Everything's jarred, ready to go. We're just waiting on labels.
Oh, okay. I know who we got it. Oh, there's me, lunch meat 76. But anyway, okay, so let's get into the site, huh? You guys, you want to do that? That'll be cool.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's
Okay.
already in there, Matt.
Yep, for sure. Okay, hold your horses, Lucas. Come on now. Okay. Yep. That's good. That's really good. Yep.
That was
Here
good.
we
That
go.
was good.
Okay. So if you want to get into the site to buy some great product and feel great and extend your life, and I don't know, just get some lotion, have a rub down all the muscles, do whatever you got to do. You go to thecbdgurus.com, thecbdgurus.com. And then when you get in there, you'll see the wholesale button on top, home shop. Hit the wholesale, and then Mark's name will pop up first, and then hit that. If you've been in there before, you'll probably get it right into the site. If you haven't, you'll got to put in a lowercase KRAMCBD, and then when you're in there, and you're all set. You start ordering, and then you'll be right in the specials right there. And we started our specials yesterday at 9:30. So at $50, you get some currency. At $100, you get some currency. At $150, you get some currency, not including shipping and discounts. And then we get down. We got if you have any trouble ordering or need a question answered, call 612-412-8343. Wendy's answering the phone, and if she doesn't answer the phone, you'll have to wait till Monday because everybody else is going to be off. So just leave your message, but she'll get to you. She works hard, trust me. And she answers a lot of calls on Saturday. Okay, so here we go on the special items there. 612-412-8343. You can text over there, or else you can, if you want to put an order in, just call there. And if it's busy or whatever, just leave your number and she'll get back to you. And your name, for sure. Okay? So here's the specials. We got, you're going to buy 3 and you get the 4th free. Like, we're going to go with the first one on there, the chicken mushroom pet treats, 10 milligrams CBD per treat. Okay. Somebody asked me a question yesterday. They said, how much? I got an 85-pound dog. And I said, well, 85-pound dog could probably handle between 7 and 9, but I've got a dog, I don't have a dog, but I'm close to a dog like that size, 85-pound dog, and sometimes that dog will eat 12. And Lucas, is that all right? I mean, she seems healthy. Lucas, you there? Oh, Lucas
He left.
Went to
No, I'm just kidding. He's here.
during my break.
No, three. Sorry. I mean, yeah. I mean, there because how many milligrams of CBD are in each one?
10.
Ooh, I don't know if I go that much. That's pretty heavy.
Well, I don't know. The dog seems pretty healthy. You know,
well,
she's been doing this for.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, they start getting sluggish or something like that, then I would say probably not. I always start off low. Now, granted, I give my dog 75 milligrams, but he's 171 pounds. So I just don't, I mean, take that for reference, but typically,
yeah, true.
True. Maybe stick with 2 or 3. Let's not go crazy.
Okay. So the 85-pounder out there, 5 or 6, I suppose, maybe.
Oh,
5,
geez.
Or 85-pound dog, man. Okay. So, and we got the beef treats, chicken treats. So you get 360 treats for $75 because you buy 3, you get 1 free. Sleep gummies, buy 3, get 1 free. So you get 4 for the price of 3. Regular gummies, the mushroom coffee, same thing. 1 pound, you get buy 3, you get 4. So you get 4 of those. The quarter-pound coffee without CBD, you buy 3 of those, you get 1 free too. Okay, the concentrates. Okay, people are really liking those. We got regular coffee flavor with a little sweetness, no calories. We got caramel flavor, vanilla caramel. We got salted caramel. Buy 3 of those, you get 1 free. So you get 4 for the price of 3. And Delta 8 gummies, first time we've ever done this. You buy 3, you get 4 of them for the price of 3. Okay, our shots right there. That's you get 4 of those for the price of 3. $10. 4 of them for $10. And the cans of drink. This might be the last weekend because it could get cold. We can't ship them anymore. So we'd buy 3 of those, and Well, you don't buy 3. You get 3 for 15, but you get 1 free, so you get 4. Well, you'll see it. You're paying for basically 3, actually a little bit cheaper, and you're getting 4. You got the mushroom gummies, the lion's mane gummies. What else we got here? Turkey tail capsules, 5 matrix mushroom. We got the Miracle Gold, the ACV, the roll-on, the gummies. We got 12 of those for the price of 9. So you get 125 milligram THC gummies for $72. 3 flavors on that. You got the Excite gummies. They're 10 milligrams right there. You get 4 packs for 54. So you buy 3, you get 1 free. There you go. The Excite. Boy, look at that. The fruit juice. We haven't had those on a Saturday. You get 10 of those for $25, 15 milligrams each. You got the caramel corn in there. Now the caramel corn, you guys, is 100 milligrams THC, so it's very, very good. But
Ooh, caramel corn.
Yeah, only have a few. How many THC milligrams per kernel do you think, Lucas?
You know what? I've asked that before.
Yeah. What?
Like
Yeah.
I don't like it's not really stated like per each. You know, it's per it's kind of per bag. I can't remember exactly, but it's like a handful is probably like 5 or 10 milligrams, something like that.
Okay. Okay. But just remember,
It's
you guys,
not per kernel. Yeah, just don't go
don't eat.
crazy because it's.
Yeah, don't eat the
I
whole
mean,
bag. Or
guys, there's 100 milligrams in each bag. Like, so just like maybe a little bit. Start with a little bit. Don't go nuts on that stuff, man.
Yep. And then we got the lotion 2000, 5 cents there. And then we've got the chocolates, 6 different flavors, and $35. You get 10 chocolates. Let's see, we got the individual bags of 5 milligram, 10 count THC gummies. We got the Miracle Gold double bottle for $69 at 14,000. CBD and THC 2-ounce deal, double bottle for $69. And we got oils from 7,000 to 3,500. And we got all kinds of stuff down there. Just scroll down and you'll see them all the products. Okay. And if there's the products that you don't see that you want to get, it's up on one of the tabs up above. So you go to thecbdgurus.com, and a lot of stuff you're paying for basically 3 and you're getting the 4th one free. All right. That's it. Man, I don't know what's wrong with me today, but I'm just not flowing. But you know what? You just keep going. If you're not flowing, you just keep going. Are you there?
I have no idea what just happened.
Yep. So anyways, you go to thecbdgurus.com, go to wholesale, MarkZ, put in lowercase KRAM CBD, and you just order and support the show. Right on. Support your health. Without health, there's no wealth. That's what Lucas always said to me. He says that every day to me when he used to have on his answer machine. This is Lucas. Without health, there is no wealth. I mean,
that would be a great answering machine. I actually think I'm going to change mine. I think I'm actually going to do it.
There you go. Good job. And yeah, this stuff is great, man. It's changed my life. It really has. From the first time I went hiking in Colorado and I thought I was going to die because I was out of shape, and I went about 5 miles. Then I took all this stuff and laid on the couch, got up, and I felt like $1 million. 3 hours later, I really did. Took a nap, and I couldn't believe it, how it helped me, my pains and aches and everything else. And you know what? Anybody around me will tell you, but there's nobody here to verify it except for Josh. But I don't seem like a 67-year-old guy, you know. I would, you know what? Truly, I would even wrestle. I would wrestle Lucas if I was a little bit younger, and I wouldn't be afraid of him. He was a hell of a wrestler, though, and I know Mark was a good wrestler too. But
I loved it. I did enjoy it.
Yeah,
guys, Matt, you will never be younger than you are today, and you will never feel better than you do today.
Oh, I
Just
don't
saying.
believe that. I
Don't.
believe that I'm going to become 100%. And when
Oh,
I do,
that's
like
right.
this,
You want to get in the med bed someday and go back to when you were 8 years old?
Yes.
well, they,
Yeah.
I,
What
I,
date are we going to pick here, Lucas? I mean, Matt.
I, for the challenge match.
Nah, for your med bed when you get one. If you get to turn back age, where would you go?
Oh, the age I wanted to go back to like truly about 6 or 7 or 8. Yeah. But then I kind of thought about it and I thought, well, I don't know, maybe like say high 20s. Yep. But
Yeah,
I
mid
just,
high 20s, I think would probably be the spot. Probably
yeah,
early 30s.
yeah,
Because
that'd be
nobody
good
takes you serious in 20s like in the world. Not enough anyways.
for sure.
So you got to
And,
find that in between spot. Kind of like young Lucas there. The world still can, takes him seriously, Matt. You and I, they pat the old guy on the back and hand us a insure and sit and listen to us tell old stories.
I drank one of them insures the other day.
Ugh.
A buddy's place. He goes,
You
hey, you want
just
something to
proved
drink?
Mark's point.
Yeah. He goes, you want a protein drink? I'm drinking it and I go, he goes, yeah, it's one of these, I don't know. He goes, I don't know what the hell it is. I started buying them. I like them. And I said, okay. So
Old people were doing smoothies and shakes long before these healthy people, right? These young people chasing the gym.
Yep. Oh yeah. The gym. You know what? People have been working out for a long time, And man, I used to have a job where it was physical, and I didn't even have to work out for years and years and years. And I kind of miss that, I really do. It's but I think I would if I could get my body back to 30, I would want to get a job where it was physical.
Oh, me too.
Sure. Yeah.
That's
I
one thing.
mean,
People do not appreciate that strength and yeah, young people youth is so wasted on young people.
you know what? I'll just say it right now. My dream job, I think, if I could go back to 30, would be on a beach. Because you want to be near a beach. You're retired, so then you'd want to be a lifeguard, like Baywatch. And that would be it right there.
Oh man, I would just switch up. If I had like unlimited runs at it, I think I would spend, a couple winters working crab season in the Bering Sea, some gold mines around the world, summertimes in the Caribbean, diving for lobsters and
that would be
listening to
good.
calypso music and
The only physical job I don't think I'd ever want to do would be mining. Those guys, I think guys who are miners and go underground, I think, man, they got to be the toughest people in the world. I mean that too, just mentally and physically. I couldn't do that. I'm too much of a marshmallow. I'd get scared, you know. So above ground, I could do, I suppose, some mining, just as long as I'm
yeah,
not.
no, I'm not I am definitely a little claustrophobic.
Oh my God, me too. I mean, like those guys. There was a guy in college, a teacher, and he would talk about he'd go caving and how he would crawl around. And oh yeah, it's only sometimes it's only 1.5 feet high, and I'm crawling in there, and I'm just going. I just would have to get up out of the room and leave. I would get so freaked out. I couldn't listen to that kind of stuff. People that do that caving and they crawl around into spaces. Never. Ain't doing it.
Do you want to
How
squeeze in
about
a
you,
few
Lucas?
questions?
Did you used to do any caving, Lucas?
Yeah, let's squeeze in a few questions. No, I've never done any spelunking or anything
As a
like
young
that.
guy, leave me in the mountains or anywhere, I'd try to find a cave in hopes I was going to find that lost Spanish treasure. But
Could you imagine doing caving at a higher weight, though? That'd be tough.
who no?
No. I just kidding. I mean, it'd be tough. Yeah, is there any
Yeah, it would be.
questions?
Yeah, do we got any? Anybody want to ask anything? Some people asking about pain, extra lotion, the lotion 2000, the roll on. Seeing some folks answering a lot of questions for other people in here, which I always love to see, talking about what works for them.
Yep. Let's see. There's a question in there. Is Lucas a handsome man? It says. I don't know.
Well, if I go
Um,
through my phone history enough, I can find you a picture of him from, some of the.
Just kidding. Wait, there's
I've
another
done. Hey,
question.
I've done some videos live. Hey, I even think we took a picture together, Mark.
Yeah, we did. Exactly. That's what I was going to look for in there. But somebody asking if you're getting all your ingredients from China, because we keep hearing such bad things about China.
No, a lot of our ingredients come from the U.S. I would say as much as we possibly can. Now, you guys got to realize that the U.S. doesn't, and it's not just China, but it's like so like the black seed comes from a good friend of mine. I've known him for a decade now, from Egypt. So the black seed comes from Egypt. I do a lot of the MCT and olive oil from like Egypt or Lebanon. We get a lot of the supplements from Germany. But yeah, I mean, you gotta. There's a lot of the
That you can
vitamins
get in
and
the U.S. They
stuff.
don't make them.
Yeah, yeah. The U.S. just isn't conducive for that. So actually, my partner on the manufacturing side, his family has an olive and grape farm in California. And so as we use a lot of olive oil for a lot of our products, but we only use high polyphenol olive oil.
Hmm.
Above 2,700 parts per billion. And so we were kind of talking like, hey, can we just use your family's olives for the olive oil that we're going to use? And he was like, absolutely not. And I'm like, why? He was like, you'll never be able to find olives within the US that'll be able to put out the polyphenols that they're going to put out in Morocco or Lebanon or Egypt. You're never going to be able to find it just because we don't have the soil, one, and we don't have the growing structure like the temperatures and the moisture or lack thereof in other areas. So that's just the hard part. And then China is just become a manufacturing machine. um
Juggernaut.
yeah, I mean everyone's like, well, I don't want China. People love Japan, getting manufacturing stuff from Japan because of the quality. But we better not fail to recognize the fact that back about 50 years ago, Japan had the same perception from the American people as of China.
Oh yeah,
Japan
absolutely.
Japan was looked on as absolute garbage. Do not buy anything from Japan. Worst quality, worst manufacturing in the world. And then look at them now. Now everyone regards them as the highest standard. Well, guess what? China's going to be there in 20 or 30 years. In the
Oh,
last
less.
10 years, they have spent so much money on trying to be the manufacturing superpower that their facilities make ours look like a third world country. Their facilities are absolutely gorgeous. Now, granted, there's still junk parts and absolute, kind of hole in the walls that are still doing it, but the majority of China, I mean, they are transforming and have for the last decade. And I'm telling you what, it's going to be unreal. They're going to
They
produce
have.
the highest quality stuff in the entire world within the next 20, 30 years. Like everything of quality will come from China. And be like, are you going
Not
to buy US or Germany or Japan? No, I want the high quality stuff. I'm going to get it from China.
kind of like the U.S. and cars in the 70s, 80s, Lee Iacocca, the fall of Chrysler, and everybody went to Japan because they stepped up and started making better.
You
It's a
betcha.
cycle. Watch it. All right, two quick ones. What would you take for neuropathy?
I would say, Mark, that we have seen an, I mean, it's probably one of the most voiced on the show of people having neuropathy and going toward the mushrooms as well as the miracle gold, and have had real good success with those two products. And that's just from people claiming on the show that they've had just unbelievable results with those two things, from the lion's mane, as well as the miracle gold. Those two
Yeah, the
things
lion's
in
mane, they used to treat
combined.
the underlying, which takes a while, and the like
It
the
does.
CBD, the 2000 or whatever, the lotion they use to numb the what's the word I'm looking for? The
Kind of the inflammation.
How it presents. And that's how CBD helps to heal, guys. It helps to cut inflammation so your body can heal. That's its special secret magic, is its anti-inflammatory properties. I mean, there's a little more you can go on, but if you're looking for its big magic silver bullet, it's anti-inflammatory. Coyote Boy with a quick one, and then I've got to get to news. Some CBD creams have a minimal amount of THC. Could one test positive on a random drug test? In other words, if you were using a pain cream, what would you take to be safe so you're not losing your CDL or getting tossed out of the FAA?
Yeah, the Lotion 2000 has 0 THC. It's just CBD isolate and CBG isolate. So there's not THC. And we have full panels on or Matt does on the lotion that has it's no THC whatsoever on the Lotion 2000.
Yeah, that's I've never heard anybody testing positive from using Lotion 2000.
No.
Only good stories. All right, I hate to do it to you guys, but time ran away on us.
Yeah.
Hey, have a
Thanks,
great
Mark.
weekend, Mark.
Yeah.
Have a good have a good Thanksgiving.
And you guys have to let me know about the Saturday after Thanksgiving, whether you guys what your plans are, so we know whether to anyways, you know what I'm saying.
We'll talk later in the week.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, Mark. Take care.
Thanks, Matt.
Yep.
All right,
Bye-bye.
see you guys.
All right, guys, the CBD gurus. Matt, I have recently, and I can tell you what really helped whip mine in. Well, one, the Cardio for Life definitely helped LV. But one of the things I found the most surprising for stubborn when it just wouldn't respond, I was insulin resistant. Cut out the sugars, fasted for a day or two, and bam, it suddenly fixed itself. It was amazing. Do some research. Look up insulin resistance and blood pressure. It seems to, from what my experience has been, insulin resistance amplifies or inflames, I don't know the word you're looking for, hypertension. It was like crazy, the difference. Just a thought, worth a try. All right, let's get to the news. Not a huge amount of news today, as I was sharing earlier. Let's put this up first, though. I shared it. I will share it again. The WKRP turkey drop, for those that did not know what we were talking about. Can't resist. It is like part of, it'd be like watching Christmas movies without watching Die Hard. You just can't do it. Not legitimately. I know, strong opinion, right? Along with ham and pineapple pizza. Let me drop that KRP and then let's get back to the news. Officially, the Dawa Party nominates Maliki to head Iraq's new government. Guys, this is one small little branch, and it has caused massive backlash from other political blocs, which it speaks well for Soudani. Do I think that the RV absolutely insists we have Soudani? No, I don't. Do I think Maliki could possibly slow things a little? That does make sense to me, very much so, because he's very pro-Iranian. Although now he's coming out and saying, no, we don't need to have the PMF. We need to absorb everything. He's like that bipolar girlfriend or bipolar boyfriend or spouse or whatever, just like bounce, bounce, bounce all over the place. I don't trust him, not as far as I can pick him up and throw him. And sounding off on that is Sadirist movement, or Sadir. First comment on Maliki's nomination. Ain't happening. Not here. We said we weren't going to get involved, but if you guys are going to make this stupid, undemocratic decision that can harm development and the life of average Iraqis, we'll step into it. Whether that is showing up for peaceful protests or rallies to help put somebody in that is pro-development. He said he would much rather see Soudani and keep that path to development. So politics, watch it play out. Don't let it drive you nuts, guys. Don't bounce all around. Watch it play out. It's going to play out well for us. Now, here's one, and I don't know how I missed it. Meet the Secret Operations Room. Many of you guys remember this article over the last couple of days, as we have discussed and talked about. The room that monitors the pulse of the Iraqi economy and protects the dinar from fluctuations. We've heard all about it. Now, here's one. I don't know how I missed this one, guys. This should have had me dancing and peaceful for the week, for the month, probably for the year. We should probably go up here, start here, just to give it a little bit of context. The analysis indicates that the Iraqi dinar is still stuck in a restricted market. which can only be traded in large quantities through the daily dollar auction, and that before adhering to the new standards, which they have adhered to. Remember, they just told us, and the new standard kicks in for the world today. Iraq already met it. Just 2 weeks ago, we shared the articles from their government. So let's get back into that one. I was talking about the new standards. Local banks seem structurally volatile in the eyes of global banks, while payment channels adopted old SWIFT formulas dating back 3 decades, placing them in the circle of suspected money laundering. Today, with the banks obliged to disclose their true ability to absorb shocks, the pretext that prevented major international dealers from dealing directly in the NAR is being eroded. This is a positive, guys. In this context, experts believe that Iraq is nearing the end of the forced stabilization. In other words, the pegged. When you end forced stabilization, you go to a float, a free market currency, or a managed float. And that process began, October 2021, when announced that the rate will remain stable until 2025. So, stabilized, forced, pegged until 2025. As this date approaches, the technical requirements for monetary reform begin to be completed. Some believe that Iraq may enter a new phase that may be a direct announcement of the appreciation of the dinar. The appreciation of the dinar. It paves the way for more stable and transparent situation in the exchange market. Guys, they're telling us that we are about to see it go from the managed, which means pegged, stuck, etc., to the free float. This is what Kuwait did. Within 24 hours, their currency was worth exponentially more, massively more, as soon as they went off that managed. In other words, we put together the infrastructure. It's time for it to decide its value. I don't know how I missed that part. How did I miss that part, guys? And I will be here. Let me, for those that want to take a look, I will share that article freestanding for those that can't make their way over to the website, the original MarkZ.com, and find the link with the video. So they're telling us they're ending the forced stabilization 2025. Anybody know what the date is? Anybody out there paying attention? We are at the very end of 2025. And Twitch, they don't give us a date. They just say 2025. Now, trust me, if that was January or February, I'd be like, well, at least we got an idea. But when you only have, 5.5, 6 weeks left in the year, and it tells us 2025, now suddenly it gives us a much better indicator. Maybe that is why all of my Iraqi contacts are telling me somewhere between December 2nd and January 2nd now. Maybe there's something to that. We will see how this one plays out. But I thought that piece was just awesome. Yeah, exactly, Eagle Claw. So close you can smell it. Some think December 1st, some think sooner, some think a little after, some think that it could possibly, they could handle all of our private groups and in country between now and January 2nd. And then they announce it to the world. There are a lot of back and forth, guys. I'm not going to adhere to one because I don't know for certain if one is right or wrong. Evan's birthday tomorrow, to go along with Belinda. The link I shared, you can find it. You may have to use a VPN, and you may have to use Bing or what's the Microsoft Explorer that they use in order to pull that one up. You may have to play with your browser to be able to pull that one up, but it's easy enough to do. You can jump through the hoops like I have to do. Beginning of ISO, yeah. Implementation started today. They're rolling out over the weekend. It ought to make for an interesting Monday around the world to see how well prepared they are for this. Chicago in the house. Good to see you. And we had Sudani coming out saying purchasing power in the fourth quarter. It's not rocket science. Very close. There you go, Richard. I mean, they're telling us, and we can continue to question them, or we can accept what they're telling us finally. Captain B's 63rd tomorrow. All right, that's my most fun news. How I missed that yesterday, I have no clue, guys. I was almost embarrassed when I was going back through the news. I was going back a little back and forth with TH and some others, and then bam, I was like, looking at it and was like, how? You know, like when you're looking for your car keys and you walk all around the house, you spend 3 hours looking and they're sitting there right there on the couch. And you probably sat on the couch on the phone complaining to somebody about how you couldn't find your car keys, that kind of thing. Yeah, that was like, whoo, how did I miss that? All right, let me make certain I write that one down for Reese. Happy birthday. Let's keep running. Smiling Sunrise. I very much agree with Miss Smiling Sunrise. Things will not be announced like we expect, in my opinion. I agree. I agree on that one. Oh, Mitchell, good thing you missed it yesterday. We wouldn't have had any news. No, you're right. News has been very quiet. Banking contacts, bond contacts, just silent. Well, I shouldn't say silent on the banking contacts. A number of them chimed in to say they're not working today, so they are going to take advantage of it. Enjoy the pretty fall weekend. So that's what I've got from my folks in wealth management, and they have specifically learned how to exchange foreign currencies. And strangely enough, two of those contacts wanted to sit down and role play through it and borrow my currency in front of me. It never left my sight in order to help train some of their folks. It was an experience. Japan, let's get to some of the other things happening. That's why I keep trying to tell folks the fundamentals are screaming. They're not going to be able to avoid a forced reset if they don't go ahead and pull this trigger soon. The quiet collapse, how Japan's fiscal trap will restructure global capital markets. They can't refinance their debt. Their bond market is imploding. They have artificially scrunched inflation down in order to not allow the debt service to destroy them. But in effect, it has allowed for free, easy money, which is just making the end an uglier picture. They are sitting at I believe it's like 230% debt for GDP. The U.S. is on the borderline of never returning at about 130, 140%. Of course, that's more if we count the unrealized that we're going to have to pay down the road, meaning retirements, et cetera, et cetera. Not that we didn't put the money there, just they borrowed from it and stole from it. It's a better word. And so as we're looking at the fracturing of Japan, which has been ongoing for some time, the structural problems have been there. We are now seeing the water coming through the cracks that have been there for decades in the dam. You're watching it fall apart live in real time, and this is not Memorex. Darlene, happy birthday. I know I'm going to miss a lot of those. So we're talking about Japan. Now, now we've got some interesting things outside of the economics. And I really want your thoughts. And don't be afraid to have your thoughts, guys. Don't beat up on somebody for having an opinion. Listen and then decide whether you like it or don't like what they are saying. I refuse to be a battered wife. Marjorie Taylor Greene abandoning her House seat says, I don't need this. Said, I jumped on board. I helped because I believed in Make America First. I think what's going on in Israel and Gaza is a genocide. She supports Israel, doesn't support their decisions. She doesn't believe we should be spending money to the Ukraine. She believes we should be spending our money right here on Americans in need. She doesn't believe we should be financing any of the foreign wars. She thinks we should be spending our money right here, that we are wasting our time around the world when we have so many problems here. And now the latest spat with the Trump administration. When I'm watching it from the outside, I think one of two things. Either he's still playing this 3D, 4D, 5D, 6D, whatever the chess game is, or he's an idiot. And he's let his ego take over the driver's seat on this one. What do you guys think? Am I missing something here? Because I can't come up with any other alternatives than one of those two. Either they are playing a much deeper game that I don't understand in order to force disclosure, or he has let his ego get the better of him. What do you guys think it is? Because I know some of you guys have mixed views on Marjorie Taylor Greene, whether you think she is a good person or a bad person. Polly, no, your credit cards and debit cards aren't going to stop working. Daily Word thinks it's not an idiot, a very deep game. Go Titan says she just didn't fit into the narrative. Sad. Mitchell says she praised Nancy. Was she being sarcastic? Marjorie Taylor Greene has a wicked, sarcastic sense of humor. Or does she have common sense? Greensmith thinks it could be ego. There is not necessarily a right answer on this until history shows us. So who's playing games? B-Hoot says he's not the real Trump. J-Bar, this is kind of what I think might be happening. And this is why this is why I'm leaving the door open for that 5D chess 40, whatever the chess game is. J-Bar says, I think that MTG is saying what Trump can't say. In other words, to amplify this, just like Trump did with Musk, it amplified the waste for Doge and brought more transparent, more support for Doge by Trump having the supposed fight with Elon Musk. Suddenly, Doge became more effective. It had more headlines before, but it was getting more resistance. So he did this, and now the resistance cut down, and they got more done. So is that just like that? Is this like one of the Doge things where it suddenly became more effective? Because now suddenly Elon's message was getting out that we need to clean up, that we'd have more money for this department, that department, we could help more people. Is this something very similar to that? That's why I wanted you all's opinion as I was reading this political fallout. Carmen thinks it's the same situation as Musk. And she does position herself well, I think, in a run for governor. Because some of the middle and the left, or should I say some of those kind of on the fence, they can't support a Democrat, but they can't support a Trump Republican, could probably find a middle road with Marjorie for going her own way. Maybe you're onto something. I could see how you could spin that politics. She leaving before much of Congress is taken down? Could that be it? Could it be a Nasera Jacera thing, guys? And she knows there's going to be new elections and an airing, and she doesn't want to be associated with that by saying, I'm stepping out, I'm here, I'm going to give you till January 5th. When Congress comes back, find somebody. Is that it? R. Seward says, game. Stephen, administration has been infiltrated. That makes me want to talk about the first administration, how many in his own administration hung him out to dry, how Durham and the Durham report hung him out to dry and sat on information that would have exposed the laptop story, the intelligence supporting it, all of those things, all the BS. That story would not have stuck, and Trump, I believe, would have won 2020 if it hadn't been for Durham. And he's just one of many. Bolton. The first Trump administration had backstabbing Brutuses at every corner in the Republican Party and his administration. Is it something like that again? Is the deep state just so deep no one man will ever be able to fight it? I'm not saying I know the answer. I'm just hoping people will think it through. Let's see. Net worth went from 5 million to 84 million during her time in Congress. I could see it going up as she becomes a world famous influencer. It's going to go up. You're going to get more deals. You're going to be presented with things that you just don't have the exposure for. So I see why. I wish I had that level of fame. I could use the money. Wouldn't compromise my my morals though. So I'm just curious what everybody thinks. And I am highly suggesting folks keep an open mind. She says, yeah, loyal is a two-way street. We should be able to vote our conscience and represent the district's interests. She says many things here that I very much believe in. Of course, many say she's an anti-Semite on the Republican Party that blindly followed Netanyahu. And I did do some more searching. And maybe I'm wrong, but I've had a number from Jim to a number of you Bible scholars sending off how we are supposed to support Abraham. It doesn't ever tell us we're supposed to blindly follow the Israeli nation. Just the descendants of Abraham and Abraham. So it's getting interesting. Polly, don't understand the big part of the ISO, meaning it's requires more capital requirements for banks, stabilizing future value protects against the swings, but the biggest difference is in the messaging. It's ledger technology it uses for transferring money safely across borders and even domestically, safer, faster, more efficiently, putting together the tools needed for what we would call a QFS. May not be called that. No part of me thinks it will be called that. I'm with you. I don't think any Senate members or Congress members should get any kind of any kind of pension. Period. You're supposed to go serve and leave. The goal with that is so that we don't get career politicians, so we have people that represent the people from their districts. No part of me thinks that a congressman or a senator should be getting a pension for life or free health care for life. They should have to live with the laws they make for the people. They should have to live by exactly the same laws, exactly the same rules. And if they want a better life, they should vote for a better life, meaning a better life for them, their constituents, their fellow citizens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They protect themselves from bad decisions. How many Democrats that have served are getting their insurance through the Affordable Care Act? Anybody out there want to figure that one out? Yeah, my bet is 0. Or 0. Depends on how you want to pronounce it. As I read those, it just like, boom. All right. Makes pensions for life when they get elected. Sluggo, I guess the alternative is that, can you guys find me a ripe seat? I'll go run for it, and we'll just start trading it off in the community. I'll serve one term. I'll say, hey, throw my support over the next one. They throw all their support off the next one until we're just all retired. No more pensions for them. So I really do want you all's take on this, and it's going to be interesting over the coming days to see how it plays in the blogosphere or on the social consciousness. 5 takeaway from Trump's meeting with Mamdani. Trump's either brilliant or Mamdani didn't believe half of what he said to get elected. What do you think? Another one of those where Trump's like, oh, Mamdani and I agree on a lot of things, and we want New York to be a lot better. He's agreed that we don't need to cover police officers, but he did bring up a good point where we can save the police over 200,000 calls each year if we can get a better way of handling the mental health crisis instead of sending police to deal with disturbed individuals before they become violent. Okay, I can kind of buy that one. Unfortunately, that's usually after the fact because you need the police because that violence is exposing itself at some point, not always, and you need to just protect them from themselves and from society and then let mental health take over. There are those instances. So the back forth, it appears Mamdani is starting to back down on most of his extreme hardline positions with state-funded stores, rent freezes, all these. So either Mamdani was lying to the folks that elected him, or he's seen the light of day, or Trump's just playing it and shaking his hand going, we just want what's best for New Yorkers. I hope you can give what's best for New Yorkers. Here's my suggestion. And he's going to put him up there so that he can fail on his own. I'm watching some interesting politics and trying to figure it out. Central casting does feel like central casting, doesn't it? Just a couple more. The new MAGA weapon, fight tanks for rural America. Think groups, they call them fight tanks, but we would call them think tanks for rural America. How do we bring work back, jobs back, people back? How do we make the citizen farmer or the working class the driver for all politics or for the overwhelming majority like they used to be? Instead of cities dominate, it would be the people producing the goods that dominate, and these think tanks these think tanks are working on that, supporting the American worker, the family. We're not talking about white collars, the social pro. We're talking about the hardworking people that bale the hay, put the seed in the ground, they put the smoke in the stack, they build the cars, they fix the cars, they build your houses, they feed you, they deliver your goods talking about the real working class, especially in the rural areas, and what we do to return the influence that they used to have. The common sense family table, you get together, you raise multiple generations. They want to do what's right. How do we move it back? And I love seeing this movement, especially as a country boy at heart, country boy in upbringing. I love to see that. I hope it sticks. Kind of like I would like to have freedom towns. I would love to be able to find a little town we can all pitch in and buy so we own the town so that we can direct it, support it, common sense decisions from infrastructure to power, like-minded people. I love the idea. Yeah, I'm with you. He lied to get in the U.S. only a couple years ago. I don't trust him at all, but I'm interested to see how this is playing out. I love the direction we are headed if we can just not derail. Then the big bombshell report. Largest funder of al-Shabaab is the Minnesota taxpayer. Investigative journalists Ryan Thorpe and Christopher F. Rufo have published a bombshell report in the City Journal detailing how massive welfare fraud in Democrat-run Minnesota, much of it carried out through the networks in the state's Somali community, funneled stolen taxpayer money to Somalia, where some of the funds ultimately ended up in the hands of terror group al-Shabaab. They could donate. Looks like they put together a thing where they would pretend or go in and say that their kids had autism to get extra money and then send it. Or at least that's what I am reading and the report suggests. All right, listen to this one. Here's more color on it or more context. Much like the HSS program, autism claims to Medicaid in Minnesota have skyrocketed in recent years from $3 million in 2018 to $54 million in 2019 to $77 in 2020, $183 million in 2021, $279 million in 2022, $399 million in 2023, and it keeps going up. By the time the fraud scheme exposed, 1 in 16 Somali 4-years in the state had reportedly been diagnosed with autism to get the extra dollars. And that community is one of the highest contributors, sending their money offshore to what's been named terrorist organizations. Things are really bad to be Tim Walz as we learn more and more. You can go ahead and remove him from future politics or presidential hopeful campaigns. He has imploded, and the people have figured it out. Dundas, she'll collect her retirement for life if she stays till January. All I can say is good for her if it points out the obscenity or the insanity of even having that program. And I hope that making a point out of it helps stop those pensions. Mindy, central casting. A lot of folks believe central casting. Do I believe in the Argentinian peso? Yeah, I just don't know how much it's going to revalue for it down the road. Do I think it's going to go with all the original ones, probably, or all the first ones? I don't think so. It could. I would probably consider buying some after. That's my thoughts. This is not financial advice. It's just my opinion on what I think I would do for me, treat it as entertainment, education, whatever. Pammy, I think you would be a good person to have a conversation with. I worked in Minnesota DHS, Department of Health Services, Welfare Department for over 32 years. I can only imagine the insanity you have seen. That's really the podcast we need to have on occasion. Bring in folks that have been part of that system for decades so they can tell us what really happens. Yeah, Trump said central casting. I agree with you. He said it over and over. Lily, I think the Bolivar is. I have no idea what to expect. I mean, I have zero, zilch, none, nada idea what to expect. That's a very difficult one to figure out because so much of it was wildly overprinted, insanely overprinted, almost to the degree of the US dollar. Haha. And I mean, there were times where they were destroying dump truck loads of it from the street and sweeping them off. I mean, tourists would go and get what's the word I'm looking for? Paper art made out of the Venezuelan currency. You could go buy like a goose, a duck, a turtle, and it's all, paper mache out of Venezuelan currency. So it's a tough one to figure out because it's not like Iraq where they've controlled printing, removed it off the street. You got a very good idea of what actually exists in the world, unlike the US dollar where you got no idea. I want you to think about this when US dollar, as they just pounded around, they have done, I mean, how many reports of billions of dollars, hundreds of millions and billions of dollars in cash left over from different cartel groups, from Escobar to Chavez to you name it, or even just an airplane with $2 billion in US cash that the Biden administration sent to Obama. The Obama administration sent to Iran. Think about that level of cash and what has to be printed in order for that to even be a possibility. There are trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars, is my opinion, and the opinion of thousands of other, from economists to professors to government employees, actually in circulation around the world. But the US dollar is still worth, well, it is still the measuring marker, the standard around the world. And think about how overprinted it is. I'm ready for the credits on this movie. Ooh, I do need to. Let's see how the singing goes. We got Belinda, Evan, Captain C, Reese, Mac, Darlene. Any others? So they tell me it's your birthday. Well, happy birthday, darling. May you live, may you love, may all your dreams come true. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. To all those celebrating. What's Vietnam Dong do with BRICS? BRICS, coalition of what's largely considered the global South, pushing for a bigger role for assets, gold, etc., and money instead of just opinion and fiat. I mean, that would be a long discussion to have again because we've had it so many times over the last 4 years, 5 years. But Lynn, I do think it would probably be a good one because we've not heard, that's a word that we haven't used much lately after Trump came in as far as BRICS. I've always believed that BRICS, these new messaging systems, these new asset qualifications, has always been to help force the reset, to lay the groundwork, because money's going to find the best way. The monetary system will fix itself. It just might be ugly and uncontrolled if it has to fix itself. So I firmly believe they've been putting in the mechanisms to force the issue. Think of it as like a dead man switch, and they've just been busy assembling it in case the rats continue to fight. The fundamentals at some point will get them no matter what they do. That's what I look at when I see BRICS, when I see all the central banks buying gold, investing in assets and manufacturing. I just see them doing the fundamentals to force this change. Like a juggernaut, unstoppable, slow, but unstoppable. Yeah, Reese, I think a lot of us are asking that question. Okay, what did I miss here from Green Smith? I appreciate that, Green Smith. Okay, guys, it is past that time. Let's call it a wrap. If there's any breaking news over the weekend, I'll return or just put something on X, Telegram, Truth. If there is breaking news that deserves it, I will come to a podcast. Otherwise, I'll see you Monday morning, 10 a.m. Eastern. Did I forget anything else? Oh, Japan. Oh, did I also mention Japan just dropped? They're already massively in debt. They already have all kinds of problems, and they just announced $135 billion government stimulus for businesses because they are in such bad shape and they've gone so stagnant. Yeah, things are not good in Japan, guys. Watch how this plays out. See you guys Monday.